Hi, everyone. I'm Rabbi Yitzchok Adlerstein, speaking to you from Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh. I hope that everyone listening is safe and well and doing what they can, spiritually and materially, to lead us to victory. Writing a sefer for Koren apparently has its privileges. One of them is that they permitted me a few moments of catharsis. We are all working through so many emotions right now, any one of which would ordinarily be overwhelming. I hope, Be'ezrat Hashem, that addressing one or two will be as helpful to you as it is to me. Consider this scene. It's the aftermath of the ego. Klal Yisrael has blown it big time. They've done the unimaginable, and they've disappointed HaKadosh Baruch Hu after all that he did for them. Moshe davens with intense kavanah. He succeeds in staying HaKadosh Baruch Hu's hand, kiviyachol. Hashem agrees not to destroy the Bnei Yisrael. He then does the inexplicable. He asks HaKadosh Baruch Hu, please, hareini noas kavodecha, show me more of yourself than you've ever shown me before. It's unbelievable. Could there be worse timing than this? It's the equivalent of a teenager begging his father for keys to his new Ferrari and promptly wrapping it around a tree. He calls for help. Father picks him up, relieved that his son is not hurt. But the drive back to the house is in complete silence, punctuated only once when the kid says, Dad, I'd really like to spend the weekend skiing in Utah. Can I count on you to cough up the money? How could Moshe have such a poor sense of timing? He should have been happy to have succeeded in sparing his people and hightailed it out of there as quickly as possible. Rav Dessler in Michtav Meliyahu cites a machshava, a thought from the Sfarim HaKadoshim, which almost always means the Kabbalistic works. He says, whenever there is an exercise of Midas HaDin, of Hashem's attribute of judgment, it is followed by its opposite. Hashem's method of providence swings to the other extreme. Moshe observed that Hashem had just shown charonaf, divine anger. In other words, he displayed Midas HaDin. He knew that this would be an excellent time to ask for something that would take divine compassion. Think of how true this is. How many times in history we've seen this pattern. The Doro Shel Shmad, the time of Hadrianic persecutions, one of the longest sustained periods of horrible persecution of our people in history. It was followed by an inexplicable oasis in time in which a friendly emperor allowed the Mishnah to be compiled. No explanation. How did this happen? It was a show of Midas Harachamim at work. It meant that the all-important contribution to the spreading of Torah Shebaal Peh, the oral law, whose studies sustained us through the next 2,000 years of exile, as it does today, was made possible. Next example, the expulsion from Spain in 1492. 70,000 Jews left on foot. Most of them died, did not make it to the destination. But this was followed by, one, the spread of Kabbalah, especially through the impact of the Arizal, which left such a mark on the thought and on the practices of Klal Yisrael, plus the discovery and opening of the New World, which would later become a haven to so many Jews fleeing persecution. Lastly, the Holocaust. We are still living in its shadow. we still don't begin to fathom what it was about. We can't process it. But it was followed by a display of Midas HaRachamim that boggles the mind. The creation of the Jewish state and its amazing growth and flourishing. Again, Midas HaDin, like we've never seen in Jewish history, was followed by Midas HaRachamim that we've not seen in thousands of years. According to Rav Dessler and the Mekubalim, Moshe knew he could count on this pendulum swing like money in the bank. But let's ask ourselves, how much Midas HaDin had Moshe actually seen? A few thousand people who died quickly. He did not see what we saw last week. Groups of children bound together to be burned to death, torture, rape, families slaughtered together, whole communities eradicated, the old and infirm herded off into captivity. We have seen more Midas HaDin than Moshe Rabbeinu did. None of us know how long the tunnel is that's in front of us. But at the other end, not only is there light, but we are assured that it is a very, very bright light. Yehi Ritzon Hashem, that it should be the light of Geula Shlema, a full redemption, and the shining of the Or Hagonos. Thank you.